Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to today's video. It's another beautiful, sunny, but hot and humid day here in Japan. I'm not in Tokyo, we're out in Kawasaki, and I wanted to see if we can find a thrift store that's not a hard off. So let's explore the area a little bit and see what the local thrift stores have to offer. Man, why do places like this always have stairs like this? Come on now. As soon as we found them, whoa, right off the bat, a Nintendo 64, a Pikachu edition for 43,780. Wow, this is so cool. I've never found this in the box like this. They don't pop up as often as they used to. The price, the foam, everything is so nice. It has like this thick protective plastic on it. Wow, that's cool. That's so good. I really want this, but I can't afford this right now. Let's dig in. Their game section seems to be pretty well stocked, even though it's kind of compact. It seems to all be there. All right, let's head on over to the Famicom. We've got Gambare Goemon for the Famicom. Prices are a bit all over the place, but yeah, tennis, the OG tennis. Sometimes the prices are like really good, and sometimes they're not. What's the OG Mario go for? 900. It's not bad, but it's super scuffed. Interesting selection. It's kind of cool to see what a different store than Hard Off would price their things, eh? And we've got Doughboy. And then like a Doughboy. Is you feeling like, okay, I'm not gonna. Ooh, Daiva. Really fun little, I guess not a shooter, but like, definitely like a space kind of game. I like this game. This is cool. I'm gonna look this up later. I'm not sure what this is, but this is kind of like a train infrastructure type of game. Definitely caught my attention. We've got Tetris over here. 720 is okay. Bit faded. What's the non-faded one go for? 500. It's just the box holder. The inner cardboard isn't there, but for 500 in the box, not a bad deal. Then there's Tetris Flash. Yeah, this is like nice looking. Yeah, 1180. Nice. テトリスブロックがピカピカピカピカフラッシュする。これが新しいテトリス。テトリスフラッシュ。同じ色のブロックを合わせてフラッシュしているブロックを消すとテトリスフラッシュ。2人で遊べばハマるハマる。テトリスフラッシュ。ファミコンソフトだ。テトリスフラッシュ。But then they've got Monopoly. So James, the angry video game nerd, was playing this the other day. Hattori-kun, pretty cool. 220. Dragon Ball 3. Got the OG Dragon Ball Z as well. It's almost, there's like a board game involved in it as well. It's like a whole thing. 900, yeah, not terrible. I'm gonna really have to make a selection here. We've got this sumo game. This is the kind of fun stuff we never got on the NES, eh? And then in the corner we've got Pac-Land, 1480. I always wanted to play Pac-Land. If it's anything like Pac-Man The New Adventures on the Super Nintendo, that's really good. Got another oversized Mahjong game over here. That's kind of cool. And it's got a world map. There's a bigger box. Has always kept my attention. We've got a Grand Prix. This isn't a, what is this for? This is a 2 MBB cartridge for, which system is this? Title, Family Computer. This is a Famicom game. Huh. It's got a hard box. Tetris over here. This is the X's Famicom. And Athletic World for 900 yen. Complete. In the box for the family trainer. That's a cool little find. Ooh, Dynamite Bowl for the Famicom. That's interesting. Never seen this before. This looks really cool. And we've got some other Famicom games over here. We've got Techno Bowl for the Famicom. Interesting to find. Hyper Olympic without the controllers, but pretty cool to find it loose. Ultima, that's a really cool little RPG. Text heavy though, really, really difficult if you're not good at Japanese. Hey, we've got the original Adventure Island, which is pretty cool. 1628. I might put this in the maybe pile as well. It's not a terrible price. It doesn't have the manual.
これが噂の最新作、その名もズバリ高橋名人の冒険島。 やめられない、やめたくない、面白アクションゲーム。9月12日新発売。
And then we've got this cool looking car thing where the title is obstructed. And that looks interesting, a top-down racing game. We've got Tetris 2 plus Bombless. This was not uncommon, but I don't run into it that much. And then we've got Championship Load Runner. Oh, that's cool. 3278. We've got Goemon 2 with this nice little bigger box. That's kind of cool. And these are Famicom Jump. This is the 20th anniversary of the Jump, and they've got all the characters together in this game, which is pretty cool. All the Jump comics. It's got Arale, it's got Goku over there, Fist of the North Star. These are really fun to find. I got a part 2 of it as well. Famicom Jump is cool. They have this Famicom Mini edition of that as well. All right, then they seem to have, I usually don't really go to PS2 games, but they have the Initial D game for 1,980. Initial D special stage for the PS2. I almost never find this. You always find this yellow one, which is the greatest hits best of. I'm gonna hold on to this, even though it is over 2,000 yen. This is something I have been looking for. I'm not sure if the price is right. Then we have Mosquito. This is that Mosquito game. This is part 2. We found part 1 a long time ago on stream. So their PS2 selection isn't that bad, right? Let's dig through it some more. We've got Densha de Go 2. Sorry, we've got Jet de Go. Say Densha de Go style flight sim instead of the train sim. And we've got Bossen. Wizardry alternative. Bossen. Let's move on to the Super Famicom. They've got Dragon Ball Z 1628. Man, their prices are all over the place, right? So then looking at these Capcom boxes, they've got Mickey's Magical Adventure 1. Very pricey though. A Magical Adventure 2. I'm sure we can dig up some deals in here. We've got Final Fight 2 to 728. Really cool. I like how Capcom stylized their Super Famicom boxes. They got a little screenshot and then they got the game over there. They've got the Lord of Elemental. This is, I don't know what this is. I thought it was some other thing, but here we are. A good old Star Ocean, 1,628. That's actually an accurate price. I see those go for that more often than not. Great looking box. Yu Yu Hakusho number 2. Another interesting Super Famicom game. Then there's Super Mario World. I've got Super Mario World for 1,628. This one almost kind of stays up there in price because it's Mario, eh? And then up here, that's pretty interesting. We've got Secret of Mana 2 for 1,628. A bit pricey, but they seem to package in the strategy guide. It's very, very interesting. And then Seiken Densetsu 3. Secret of Mana 2, 1,620. Still looking for this one, but I'm holding out for the right price. And Super Mario RPG, 2,508. Yeah, pretty cool. There are some deals hidden between here, like this Pachi slot machine. This pachinko game, that's 500 yen. This one looks really interesting, and I really want a Super Nintendo pachinko controller. All right, let's keep going. Then they've got this Ultraman Kamen Rider type beat. Cool. I'm gonna look this up later. This looks interesting. Not expensive either. And we've got Super Puyo Puyo for 500 yen in the box. Let's go down here to the odd sizes. What's their Hey You Pikachu going for? Super scuffed, but 900 yen. So the manual, everything is in there, but it's all scuffed on the top. Then we have First Kiss Story. Okay, all right, that's something. I guess we'll see when I put the video up. I gotta start collecting these. What is this? This one is a Castle Fantasia on the Dreamcast. A PSP. Memory is 60 FF. Interesting. And then they have Neo Geo CD games. Rarely come across these. Let's go take a look of these. Fighters, Dynasty Dynamite, Real Bout Special. Thought this was Final Fight. Puzzle Bobble. Also really interesting. Samurai Spirits, 1,480. And then Road to the Final Victory. I've heard terrible things about the Neo Geo CD, but hey, someone out there's looking for these. All right, Game Boy Color games. You got the Pokemon trading card game for $9.90. That's a good price. I already have this in the box, but that's definitely, I would consider that a good price. Donkey Kong, Super Mario Golf, $7.20. The Super Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color is actually a really fun game. There's a whole little thing where you just go around and it's not just golf. Like it's a really fun game. Dragon Quest Monsters 2 for the Game Boy Color. Well, there we have Yoshi no Panepon. This is Tetris Attack with Yoshi.
みゆき朝までポンだって。本当？ヨッシーが出てるの。そんなにポンなの？ゲームボーイポケットで2人だとハートが燃えるね。ヨッシーのパネポン。
Funny. Ooh, a Pokemon Gold for $22.80. That's actually not a bad price, considering all the other ones are a bit overpriced. Okay, so some of these are over, some of these are under. I already have this, but I might consider this just so I can swap out the battery for a video and give it away to a friend. Then there's, Harvest Moon Game Boy 2. Yes, at 900 yen, that's not a bad price. Aha. For 1980, we've got Hamtaro 2, Totoko Hamtaro 2. Tamagotchi for 500 is a bit steep, but fun that they have it. And then we have these small ones. Now this is what I like about Japanese Game Boy games. So I can pick any of this one. So let's pick Tetris. It's $7.20, and look at this small box. They're so neat. They look great on a shelf, and I absolutely love it. And I want all of them. Nemesis, $224.80. That is a shoot 'em up for the Game Boy. And if there's one thing I like, it's shoot 'em ups for the Game Boy. I'm gonna go put this in the maybe pile. There's another smaller Tamagotchi. I already have the Tamagotchis. 500 yen seems to be their bottom line for games, but that's pretty good. And then they have the Game of Life for $270 for the original Game Boy. And Mahjong game. That's pretty cool for the Game Boy. Love me some Mahjong. And it has a wife on it. Then it goes over here. We have some boxed Wonderswan games. I haven't really seen these in a while. Some Gundam Emotional Jam? Emotional Jam? Yeah, Gundam Emotional Jam. 1,180, that's pretty good. We've got this Chocobo game for Wonderswan. And Gunpei. I've heard of Gunpei. I think it's a puzzle. Yeah, pretty cool. Interested in this. I love me some puzzle games. If you guys have been watching my reels, you would know that I like puzzle games. Then over here we've got Shining Force 2. Again, for Mega Drive, these are pretty good titles. Bahamut something. I can't read that kanji, but 1,228 is not terrible. What are these? Mega CD. Game no Kanzume. Games can. Wild, I've never seen these before. It's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. All right, going into the Saturn. Let's see what we have. Ooh, Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story 2. This one is usually a bit cheaper. We've got Deep Fear. That's an interesting title. Never played this, but this look, oh no. Bro, this is that Titanic game. Oh no. Sakura Wars #2. Saturn has so many hidden gems, man. I swear, I never see people talk about the Saturn enough. A Shining Force #3. Speak of the Devil, another one of those games that go under a lot of people's radar. Slayers Royal, kind of a cool little RPG, 2,508. They're not cheap, but they are affordable. This is the Street Fighter collection. It's kind of cool. It has Street Fighter 2, 2 and Turbo. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It has a bunch of Street Fighters in it. Another Snatcher, kind of cool. Saturn has so many bangers, man, I swear. Pia Carrot Yokoso. Okay, Pia Carrot. Welcome to Pia Karen. I'm gonna look this one up later. It seems like a dating sim. That's what I think it is.
いらっしゃいませ。ピアキャロットへようこそ。あ、
見ちゃダメだ。
見ちゃダメ。
見ちゃダメだ。
見ちゃダメ。
見ちゃダメだ。
見ちゃダメ。見ちゃダメ。見ちゃダメ。見ちゃダメ。ねえ、一緒に作ろう。二人の思い出。ピアキャロットへようこそ。
And Grandia for $9.90. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool to find all of these Saturn games. All right, let's go on to the Dreamcast games. Echo the Dolphin. Defender of the Future. Really cool, really cool. Eternal Arcadia. Another fun little Dreamcast game. Giant Graham. All Japan Pro Wrestling 2. That's kind of cool. Oh, Fire Pro Wrestling for 500 yen on the Dreamcast. This is apparently one of those isometric ones. Really good. I love Fire Pro Wrestling. And over here we have a sneaky little hidden Shenmue for 990 yen. That's kind of cool to put in the corner there. What is it? Legend of Zelda Tact? Legend of Zelda Tact of Wind. That's what it's called in Japan. Kaze no Takto. It's kind of cool to see it translate. I never noticed this, that it just says that. That's kind of weird. Then looking for the N64 section. Apparently this is the N64 section. That's kind of saddening, but yeah. We've got Donkey Kong 64. These are definitely a bit more on the pricey side. F-Zero X, 4,048. I actually don't know if that's a good price or not, but it looks good. Let's see what they have in the cart only. They do have DK64 for 273 yen. It's not terrible. Star Wars Pod Racer. Yeah, these are all 300 yen. Just wish they had more boxes. It's kind of hard to believe that they don't have more boxed N64 games. All right, then they have some cart-only, like a nice selection over here for the Super Famicom. They seem to be some really good titles here. We've got Final Fantasy IV, Mickey Mania. That's a really good one for $12.98. That's nice. Treasure Hunter G, another one of those Super Famicom games you constantly run into. This is, I'm gonna go look this up later. I don't know what this is. So, ooh, we got Darius Twin for $29.8. That's, these are all pretty much market value, but they're not overpriced, and they're fun to find. OG F-Zero over here. Mappy Kids for the Famicom snuck in here. Wagyan Paradise over here for 500 yen. Ooh, Aladdin, also a classic for $9.90. Ooh, and then we found a Tales of Fantasia over here. Another really fun. This is some really good selection of games. They're just all cart only, so I'm holding back on a lot of these. Here, Mickey Mania for $990. I've heard good things about Mickey Mania. Putting this one to the side. Sailor Moon for the Super Famicom as well. Then we've got Super Ghouls and Ghosts for $990. I'm putting this one to the side as well. And the Super Metroid over here for $2,228. That's also a really fun little game to find in here. They're a bit much for cart only, but yeah. Yeah, they've got a small little game section and it's cozy, but it does have some bangers hidden in there. They're all pretty much market price. I won't be going home with so many of them, but still fun to find, right? They've got a lot of stuff here as well. They've got plastic models, and yeah, definitely worth to pop in here every once in a while. They've got, for the Dreamcast in the back here, whoa, Uzuhina Love Hina limited box. Look how big this is. Look how, I'm gonna put this next to, it's so cheap, it's like 2,000 yen. So this is your Super Famicom game. Look how big this is. The Love Hina limited box for 3,000 yen. That doesn't seem like a lot. What does it come with? What is in here? It doesn't say. It doesn't say. I'm gonna look this up later and I'm gonna put this on the screen because there's no chance that I'm lugging this home. But look at that, the Love Hina limited box. I'd be embarrassed just to carry this on the train. Wow, let's put this back there. So we've got the glass section over here with all the fancy expensive games. Let's go through some of them. We've got Mother for 9,218. Did that game really go up in price like that? Bokoska Wars for 4,370 8, that's kind of cool. I'm pretty happy that I'm not at this level yet. But then their Pokemon games are pretty well priced. 3,280 for Pokemon Green and 3,280 for Pokemon Red. Yeah, these are pretty well priced. They're probably a bit scuffed, but yeah. I already have both of those. And then we have Pokemon Yellow over here for 3,280. Let's look at some Mega Drive games. They've got Rastan Saga 2. They've got DJ Boy over here as well. 3,000, that's okay for DJ Boy. They got Galaxy Force 2 next to it. And Stormlord right there as well. Prices are okay. They're not terrible. They're all about 3,000 yen. Pretty good so far. Then a Pokemon Pinball for 407.08. Some of these are pretty good. Mother 3 is not surprisingly 9,000 yen.
泣ける泣けますね。なんかあんなうるっとくると思わなかった。危ない危ない。仕事柄セリフに引き込まれるところがあって、その一行一行が重いですよね。単純にゲームって思えない。切ない。
ゲームボーイアドバンスマザー3。
Oh, here we've got Outrun on the Game Gear for 6,480 and Pokemon Puzzle for 5,500. I have most of those. I have most of the Pokemon games, but down here we seem to have a Legend of Zelda for the disc system. Yeah, super interesting. Let's go up here. This is where the real stuff is. We got Radiate Silver Gun for the Saturn, Cotton Boomerang for the Saturn. All crazy prices. Got Mesopotamia for 23,000 yen. Crazy, man. We've got Ancient Roman, 35,000. Then there's a 3DS game. I've never seen a 3DS game for 18,000 yen. Girls Gift RPG. Then we've got Groove on Fight for the Saturn. That's quite the title. They have a boxed Game Gear in the back there. That's kind of cool. 20,680. That's not bad at all. Oh, okay. And then we've got Sonic Adventure for the Neo Geo Pocket, 16,000. Then this is interesting, the Sega Master System. In Japan, I thought this was the Mark III, but apparently this exists in the box. Quite the spicy price, but that is really cool to find. I've got a Saturn in a box over here. Really neat looking little Saturn box. And we've got another one over here, 6,980. It's not bad, with the cutest little Switch fighting stick on top of it. Dreamcast for 4,980. Okay, that's a really good price for a working Dreamcast. I might consider that. Let's see what it is. This is the, if it reads the discs and everything, it might be interesting. This is the one where the president was going on the campaigns. It's got his face all over it. I do like this version of the Dreamcast box a lot. The controller is a bit wonky, so that's why it's cheaper. I wonder if that's something we can fix. Because if it reads CDs and stuff, 5,000 yen is a great deal.
その日、セガエンタープライズ専務湯川秀和は驚くべき街の声を耳にした。セガなんてだってよな。プレステの方が面白いよな。
そうなのか。なんてこった。止めてくれ。一人になりたいんだ。
セガなんてだってよな。
ちょい。うるさい。ごめんなさいよ。
おかえりなさい。どうなさったの？
立つんだ、湯川専務。
And I do still need a Dreamcast. And I've got my gold GameCube, the orange one. I always wanted the orange one. This one's 5,980, which I guess is an okay price. There's a 9,281 with the Game Boy player. That one's really cool. Also really interesting. Hey, a little PC engine in a box for 20,000 yen about, and then 14,000. And then a 14,800 Game Boy player, silver Game Boy set. I'm all set on GameCubes, but really fun to see anyway. Then yeah, their N64 consoles are 5,580 with the black controller. That's kind of cool because that's the Mario Kart controller. Listed as working. All right, so they also have a junk section, which is kind of cool because not every non-hard off place has that or has the capacity for it. And right off the bat, look at this cool Mac OS branded wavy keyboard in Japanese. I'm sure a couple people would be really excited to see this. 2,700 yen, that's not a lot. Ooh, non-hard off junk. These old LCD TVs are also really fun. If I didn't have like a CRT TV already, I would want some of these. Some of these older ones, if you look, have an amazing selection of inputs, right? So this is like an RGB, a D5 terminal. So in Japan, this is component video. We've got composite over here, and then they've got 3 HDMI ports. Like, so this little sharp monitor for 3,000 yen would be a great retro gaming monitor if you don't have the space for a CRT, of course. And a massive wall of disposable media. I gotta check if these are worth something one day. They've got blank DVDs. So these older rewritable CDs, they're way better because they're a different type of CD. I don't know the specifics of it, but they work in retro PCs. As the modern ones usually don't read. So these are pretty cool to find. I have a stash of these at home as well, specifically for that. But you have to be careful when you buy the burnable CDs for your Windows 98 or old stuff, you know? American Battle Game. That is the most 90s fun thing. All my friends always had all these things. I never had any of it. Whoa, the Sound Blaster Audigy 4 for 2,780 in the junk section, but that's just because they can't test it. This is so cool. I can actually use this. I don't know if this is a good price. In the box though, Sound Blaster. What's the operating system? Yeah, Windows Media. So we just found this massive Girls und Panzer slot machine. It's like a video one too. That's so cool and so affordable. It just, no one has the space, so they don't really sell well. They also got like quite the toy selection. Look, they got Mirror Spock from Star Trek. Let me know if this is something you guys also want to see in the future. I usually don't go through these on camera, but it is something I'm into. So I definitely would do that if you guys are into that. Look at that, they got all these plushies as well. A big old Gengar up there. All right, I made my selection after long thinking, and let me go pay for these, and I'll see you guys outside. All right, so back home in the studio, let's see what we got today. It was way too hot. I didn't want to stay out too much. Let's go through some of the pickups that we got today. So for 500 yen, we've got Tetris for the Famicom. It doesn't have the manual, but I don't care for 500 yen. Then we have, in the spirit of a couple videos ago, for 1628, we have Adventure Island on the Famicom as well. Really cool that we have this. I'm pretty happy with this. It has the original price sticker. Then we have a couple cart-only games. We have Mickey's Magical Adventure. We have Super Ghosts and Goblins for another 900 yen. This one has a bunch of writing on it. It's super scruffy. And then another Mickey Mania. I've never played Mickey Mania, but I've always been curious about it. So here we go, another Mickey Mania. And that's it for today. If you guys want to see me unbox these and play them, we have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/4amlaundry. I stream a couple times a week at this point, and we play everything on original hardware. So if you guys want to see me unbox the games live and just play them on stream. So I don't have a Patreon, I don't have any donation links or anything like that. We just have a Twitch channel, and if you want to help us grow, it'd be really cool if you stop by and tell us what your favorite Super Famicom game is. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.